Oh, hey everybody, this is Joey. Happy holidays, happy new year coming up. Today's the 30th. Every now and then I get something through eBay from a personal seller, someone who does his own things, custom seller maybe you'd call him. Different people that I get things through, and I'm just super impressed with their product. I think that they need exposure, and this is just me trying to, as a consumer, to tell other people about things that I feel like I got a great deal on. So today, as the title suggests, I'm doing a strop video, and you know, it's you can buy strops a dime a dozen, but it's very seldom that I can find something that I feel like I really got a bargain on. That makes it super easy to do. This one's been loved on. You can see I've tore it up a little bit, but I used the green compound a lot. Then I turned it around and I actually heated up this side a little bit and just barely put the green compound on and smoothed it out with a rag. Some people will tell you to heat it up to where the whole thing's green. In my case, that doesn't work. It dulls my knife. There's 100 different people also out there on YouTube telling you how to do this stuff. I'm going to tell you what works for me on real leather, and this side's the rough side, and of course this side is your shiny side, or your flat side. You know, I noticed that if you just take it dry and just rub the green compound back and forth really gently, but hard enough, kind of like you're using a crayon, and just rub it lengthwise, your strop. Like if your strop is the size of this paramilitary's handle, maybe is to rub it, you know, or maybe not even this long, but to rub it lengthwise like this. You know, don't rub stripes into it, and you won't need to use a stove or whatever to heat it up. I think it really is overkill. Anyhow, it's not a whole lot to say in this video. It's just the fact that you get a hardwood handle. You get this is advertised as a a 12 by 2, but you're actually getting 8 inches of leather by 2. The last 4 inches is actually your handle. So anyway, and I just put a paracord to keep it around my wrist, no big deal. And I just noticed there's not. It's kind of hard doing a strop video, but I'm going to go ahead and say the guy's name. His name is Mark Freese. Mark, if you're watching or you're out there, please, I hope you don't get upset that I'm using your name or that I'm even doing a video on your strops. He is found on eBay. It's markusb. It's markusb.strop. And I hope I got that right, because I'm going by memory. I have no tools except for my brain right now. Probably do a better video later to actually show you stropping and the way I do it. But I mean, you know, if I was just to find some paper, I have a chair back here that I keep extra paper through. But I stropped this one not too long ago. I don't know if it's going to pick up on the camera. I'm coming over here, guys. So, and girls, let's see if I can get a good angle on it. This one actually was getting dull. I've put a lot of love on this one. I don't know if you can tell, but you know, there's, if I can come around and see what I'm doing here. There's a little bit of it's not mint condition, the blade. It won't pick up in the light, but it's no rust or anything. Nothing drastic. It's just some lines and scratches. Anyway, the tip's still good and intact. I noticed also on the strops, you know, depending on how you're going to strop. I mean, this is magazine paper, y'all. So you know, this isn't bad. You know, well, it's gonna want to hang up because I got a bad angle. But anyway, I'm gonna just cut my table. That's okay though. I mean, that is perfect for me. And I don't know if that picked up or not, but I'll try to come around the camera and show you. So I mean, and you know, take my word for it or not, but those of you who are subscribed to me, you know that I try to emulate myself a little bit like Aaron from Gideon's Tactical. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you if something sucks, and usually I don't do a video if it sucks, but I'm gonna tell you like some pitfalls. One pitfall on this strop is that I did heat this side up on the stove just so that I could get some of the compound to kind of take. It wouldn't take that good, and you can see where I cut it. You know, it's just being rough with it and everything. I was doing 7-inch blades on this. This is a 8x2 as far as the leather goes. But anyway, I heated it and it warped just a little bit. But really, it's not, it warped like where the leather meets the wood. But you know what's cool? It really wasn't a downside, because all I did, people say you can put books. Well, screw books. I just took my palm and went across it like this. And all the little edges that were trying to come unglued or like come up a little bit, I'm talking, I mean, this is minuscule, y'all. This is like a millimeter, 2 millimeters, just in little lengths of about like this, you know, like maybe here and then here, inch or two. And I just push it back down and bam, you're good. This looks brand new again. I have already stripped this with sandpaper, this sandpaper right here. And I'm gonna show you 220 grit. And you don't have to use 220 grit. It can be way finer than that, but 220 gets the job done a lot faster. And if you do it lightly, you're not gonna take all your leather off. And if you look, that's still pretty darn thick. I mean, if it started off as thick as the backside here, then it's gonna pick up there. You can see that I haven't really wasted, maybe, oh, sorry about that. Maybe at the end a little bit, but that's just because the end of my knives have gone off the end so much. I had so much, it was almost black from stropping. So, you know, I was really impressed, and me and the seller had a little bit of miscommunication, and you know, nothing big, just we had a miscommunication, and I got my strop, you know, and everything, and before I know it, right after Christmas, that was right before Christmas, right after Christmas, I get this one, and this is his king. He kind of goes like in bed sizes. Except it's not a twin. He's got like one called I forgot the first two's names, but this is, crap, I should know this. Anyway, just look it up. It's markusb.strop on eBay. And it's worth looking into. His strops are very affordable. And man, I've put this to hell and back. I've probably sharpened 30 knives on this. And those of you that know, I have a lot of knives. And I am a user and a collector. And while I use more, I EDC, you know, the paramilitary quite a lot. But a lot of times, I EDC the tenacious. I like to beat the shit out of, I like to beat the crap out of knives that are inexpensive, that can still do the job, because, you know, these super stills out there, I like to be able to sharpen my stills. It's therapeutic to me. I can just sit back and listen to music and put this paddle in my lap, and the cool thing about using paddles, here's the Voyager, and use a little bit of Benchmade lube. I mean, they fly open. Benchmade, man, I never tried this, y'all, and this stuff is ridiculous. And see, I'm not advertising for anybody. Why would I want to advertise for Benchmade? They're rich. Come on. But this stuff is superior. You can get it on midwayusa.com right now for $6.67. Shipping starts free at $25. So that's pretty crazy. And I like just telling people that, because when I watch videos, there's a million in use videos of how to strop and people tearing up their knives and batoning through wood. Oh my God, let me baton through this wood for everybody so they can see this is all I can do with a knife. Excuse my rant, I digress. But I like showing videos that are informative, not just on the product, but I'll add a little bit of information into everything that I can. I've had several reviewers thank me for that, and I have thanked several reviewers for that. Okay, so back to the strop. This is the king. This is a 3-inch by 12-inch, and I have not used it yet. So this is actually up close and personal on a brand new one. Bottom side, smooth, and your rough side. I haven't rubbed it down with a rag or nothing. After I apply the strop, I usually rub it down with a rag, just a cheap rag. I mean, like old, tattered, you know, one of these rags that I apply oil to my swords or something. And after I apply it, I just wipe it off, you know, and just lightly, I just kind of buff it off, tap it on the table, something like that, or wherever I'm at. Cool thing about the strops is you can take them And we'll just use my rat, for instance. See if it's going to pick up. You can take them, and instead of manipulating the blade like so, however you want to do it, let me do it on the smooth side. However you want to do it, you can actually turn the strop and keep the knife the same angle the whole time, the same direction. Same thing coming back. You can start here, turn it towards that tip. Bam. It's easy as that. It gives you a polished edge. I actually did this knife, I don't know, a week ago. And I've used it a little bit. You know, these rats, I have 5 or 6 of them. So yeah, the cold steel and rat ones are my primary carries. The also 8 cold steels. I'm going to do a video soon on the Code 4. Holy crap. The Code 4s are so smooth. They're almost as smooth as opening a rat 1. And the rat 1 opens like butter for a manual knife. Man, I've got to do that. I might do that review tonight. Anyway, and I noticed that since I bought these strops through Mark Freese, I can go back to using a Lansky instead of a Spyderco with the ultra fine rods, and they're sharper. Imagine that. $20 compared to a $60 system, depending on where you buy it. Those Lanskys can be had at Academy for $20. So plus tax here in Louisiana, $22. 10% sales tax. Yes, they rape you. But anyway, another one I sharpened. You know, paper test. I mean, it's stupid, but I don't have any hair on my arms. So I can't show you on my arms. I'm not going to hike up my leg here. But paper test. I stropped this one, the Ambush. 3V, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can just come around. Sometimes it don't catch right. May have a little burr in there. You know, and I didn't spend a whole lot of time on these. It's not like I sat for hours. That's not why I bought a strop, is so I can sit for hours with it. But I do enjoy doing it. But, you know, I'm talking strop in maybe 5 minutes. You know, if it's been real dull and I had to really put another edge on it, maybe 10 minutes. And I've been so impressed with these strops because whatever leather he's using, even if it's just regular cow or whatever, I'm tearing the crap out of this. It's not really making a very good representation, but it's sharp, dudes. Okay? Magazine paper's a little tougher to cut than other kinds. But anyway, so you can see we're going to put them one on top of the other. I've sanded this down 4 times. 4 times, 30 knives. Some knives more than once because I ended up changing the edge on them. I just played with them. I just couldn't believe these strops compared to the ones that I have bought in the past. No names to mention. One other seller on eBay was selling them, and it was okay. It was small. I will admit it was a lot smaller than this big one. It wasn't much smaller than this one though. It was 1.5 inches by 5.5 inches for probably $12. This ran about, you can get these for around 20, and this big one's about 35. But if you contact the seller and tell him that Joey Owen recommended, of course it's my YouTube name, recommended the strop, he may cut you a deal. I don't know. He was pretty damn cool with me. I mean, like I said, we had a miscommunication right before the holidays on this one, and you know, he said, you know, I might surprise you after Christmas, and he gives me his most expensive one for free. And I mean, that I've never had anybody do something like that, especially on eBay for me. You know, it's amazing how some people can, you know, they're just great to do business with, and I will tell all my friends about this guy, and I'm not just talking about because he's a good guy. It's because and he's not giving me discounts, but he did give me this one free. So why not do a video talking about it? If I'm that impressed with the strops, I mean, it's not hurting me, and it's definitely not hurting him, and it's definitely not hurting you to just listen. So anyway, I'll digress on this one. But yeah, the cool thing about the paddle strops, like I said, you can like control the strops, and you know, if you don't have just perfect agility with your knife or whatever, coordination to be able to keep the exact angle on both sides. I mean, all you have to do is just with these paddles is just turn them, or however you want to manipulate the paddle until you feel it catch. When you feel it catching burrs, go until there's no more burrs. Then check the other side. If the other side's sharper than that side, it feels sharper, it's because you push the metal over too much. Then go back to the other side, do it a couple times, and go to the smooth side, you're good. I mean, I really have never, I've never gotten an edge as sharp in my own experience with a Spyderco than I have with these strops or with any other strop. Thanks for watching, and God bless.